Today I will explain a psychological horror thriller movie, Orphan, released in 2010. The film is about a couple who decide to adopt an orphan girl after their miscarriage, but the 9-year-old girl they adopt is not in fact 9 years old. It turns out that the 9-year-old is in fact a grown woman who tries to seduce the man of the family. But before we begin to tell you the rest of the story, please subscribe to our channel as we need your support to bring these exciting content on our platform. And as always, beware of the spoilers. The movie opens with a couple named Kate and John who arrive at the hospital to deliver their baby, and as Kate's condition gets critical, a nurse takes her to an emergency room. On their way to Operation Theater, Kate informs the nurse that she will name her daughter Jessica, but then she starts bleeding. Finally, Kate opens her eyes inside the operation theater, and the doctors reveal the saddening news that her baby is dead inside her belly. The doctors take out the baby with the help of surgery, and this all appears to be Kate's dream after she wakes up on her bed and takes her medication. Kate visits her therapist regarding the horrible dream she has seen, but Dr. Browning relates it to her miscarriage. Kate then mentions about her urge to visit a wine store, and Dr. Browning appreciates her struggle and how she has stopped herself from buying the wine. Kate also mentions that she is afraid of adopting a child. After that, Kate receives her daughter, Max, from her school and barely survives an accident on their way back home. Kate likes to play piano, and she gets irritated by the sound produced while Max plays. As Kate comes to request Max to not make noise, we see John and Kate's son, Daniel, arrive. At night, Kate gets sad when Max questions her about Jessica while she reads a poem to her. Later, Kate returns to John and informs him that she is ready to adopt a child and shows her desire to give Jessica's love to someone who deserves it. Following day, John and Kate visit an orphanage and meet Sister Abigail, who runs the orphanage. Sister Abigail shows them the girls of their orphanage, during which John leaves for the washroom. On his way to the washroom, John finds a girl sitting separately in her room, and as he turns his back, the girl calls him. John returns to her and is surprised to see her paintings. The girl introduces herself as Esther, and they both have a small chat, during which Sister Abigail and Kate join them. Kate looks at Esther's drawing and appreciates her work. Esther then impresses them by proclaiming to be different from the other girls. After that, the couple meets Abigail regarding Esther, and after counting all of Esther's qualities, she requests them to return after 3 weeks for adoption. The couple returns after 3 weeks and adopts Esther, who keeps practicing how to greet Max. After they reach home, Kate informs Esther that Max is deaf but she can read lips. Esther meets Daniel, who dislikes her and comments on her dress. Esther spots the piano and gets excited about learning how to play it. Esther is presented with many gifts, due to which Daniel gets jealous of her and feels like he is not getting any attention, and he goes to his tree house to have fun with his boys. On a stormy night, Esther wakes up, takes Max to her parents' room while they are making love, and makes an excuse for being scared of the weather. The following day, Kate requests Esther to change her dress while leaving for school, thinking she will be bullied for her dress, but Esther denies changing it. Then, as Esther enters her classroom, a girl named Brenda makes fun of her for her dress, and Esther keeps staring at her. In the following scene, Daniel is seen practicing shooting with his toy gun when he accidentally shoots a pigeon. He gets sad for the pigeon, but Esther arrives with Max and asks Daniel to end the pigeon's suffering by giving him a stone. Esther then kills the pigeon after Daniel denies killing it. As Esther locks the door to have a bath, Kate enters her room and finds a Bible in her drawer with pictures of a few men inside it. The next day, Brenda bullies Esther again in school, and Esther starts screaming after Brenda attempts to take off the band from her neck. Esther is seen practicing playing piano with Kate when she tries to talk about what happened at school, but Esther changes the topic, and Kate shows her diary in which she keeps her memories. After Esther questions Jessica, Kate shows her a plant and states that Jessica is her late daughter, and the flowers mean a lot to her as she has disposed of Jessica's ashes. At night, Esther spots John and Kate while they were making love, and when Kate tries to talk to her about it, she misbehaves with her. Kate talks to John about it, but he does not listen to her and doesn't think much about it. Esther is seen in a park with John, where John's neighbor meets him and invites him to her house. Esther looks at her and spots Brenda playing in the park. Brenda gets scared of her, and after a while, she disappears and pushes her from behind as she attempts to slide. Max looks at her while pushing her. At dinner time, Kate questions Esther about pushing Brenda, but she denies, stating that she slipped herself. On being asked, Max also gives her statement in Esther's favor. Meanwhile, Daniel gets into an argument with his parents due to Esther and asks them to return her where she belongs. His parents get mad at him, and John locks his treehouse as a punishment for what he has said. Abigail contacts Kate while she is busy shopping in a supermarket with Esther and Max. Abigail talks to Kate that she is missing something about Esther and apologizes to her for what she has done with Brenda. At the same time, Esther understands their conversation with the help of Max, and Kate also notices her spying on her during the call. The following day, Sister arrives at Kate's house and talks to them about something weird about Esther. She informs them that there have been many incidents in the previous orphanage where only Esther was found around the victims and believes something is wrong with her. Kate agrees to her, but Daniel gets mad at them for blaming a child and does not believe anything. Esther keeps listening to their conversation from a different room, and after Sister Abigail leaves, Esther takes Max with her and orders her to find the keys to Daniel's treehouse. After Esther gets the keys, she takes Max with her and pushes her in front of Abigail's car, and as she returns to see whether Max is fine, Esther attacks Abigail and kills her using a hammer. Esther asks Max to help her hide the body, after which they get into the treehouse and hides the murder weapons. Kate receives a call from Sister Judith, who informs her that Abigail has gone missing, and a police officer visit them to investigate about Abigail. Kate becomes suspicious of Esther and investigates about mental disorders of children who become violent. She tries to talk to John about her research, but he does not believe her and asks her to stop. Following that, Esther denies seeing her dentist while Kate questions Daniel and Max about Esther's behavior, and they inform her that they are doing just fine around her. John and Esther are alone in the room when she informs him that she always wanted a daddy like him, but Kate dislikes her. John then suggests her to do something which makes her happy. Following that, Esther brings flowers from the plant. It's the same plant which Kate has associated with her deceased daughter. Kate gets really upset when she sees what has happened to her plan, and then Esther starts pretending to be attacked by Kate, and John rescues her, stating that it is his fault. Esther gets alone and breaks her arm, after which she starts pretending that Kate has broken her arm. John takes Esther to the hospital, after which he does not allow Kate to sleep with him because Esther is sleeping with him. Kate gets sad and buys 2 bottles of wine from a shop, but instead of drinking wine, she pours 1 bottle and hides the other. The next day, when Kate drops Max and Daniel at their school, Esther sets the car on reverse gear, and it starts moving back while Max is inside it. Kate tries to stop the car but fails, and fortunately, the car avoids any major accident. Dr. Browning visits Kate and John and blames Kate's drinking habit for the incident, and suggests her to spend some time in a rehabilitation center, but Kate denies going there. John then warns her about leaving with the kids, and Kate has no other option but to keep quiet. Daniel comes to Max's room and questions whether Esther is responsible for her accident. Max shows her the drawing indicating that Esther has killed Abigail and hidden the murder weapon in his treehouse, while Esther listens to their conversation from outside the door. Kate contacts Sister Judith and asks her to find Esther's records, after which she enters Esther's room and finds her Bible. She reads the Bible extensively and finds Esther's connection with Sarn Institute. Upon contacting, Kate discovers that Sarn Institute is not an orphanage. While it is a mental hospital, Kate requests them to find Esther's details and send them her picture. The faculty of Sarn Institute ensures to contact her as soon as they find her records. Meanwhile, Daniel reaches the tree where Esther captures him, and she sets the treehouse on fire after trapping Daniel inside. Daniel gets out of the treehouse but gets knocked out after falling. Esther is about to kill Daniel, but Max saves her brother, and Kate also arrives after noticing the fire. Daniel is taken to the hospital, where Esther listens to the doctor, informing his parents that Daniel is fine and will soon be able to give his statement. Kate takes John separately and tries to make him understand that Esther has been behind all of this, but he is certainly not ready to accept this and requests Kate to leave for rehabilitation center. Esther makes an excuse to get a drink but reaches Daniel's room and attempts to kill him. Max realizes something is wrong, discovers that Esther has lied, and warns her mother. As Kate rushes toward Daniel, the doctors inform her that Daniel has cardiac arrest, while Kate slaps Esther after finding her around her son. But Kate is given anesthesia, and when she regains consciousness, John leaves after informing her that Daniel is fine and he is leaving for home with Esther and Max. After they reach home, John starts drinking wine after putting Max to sleep. Meanwhile, Esther changes her dress and tries to seduce John, but he warns her to stop this as he loves her as his daughter. On the other hand, Kate receives a call from the doctor. Doctor from Sarn Institute informs her that Esther's real name is Lena, and she used to be their most violent patient and has already killed 7 people. He also adds that she finds her victims pretending to be 9-year-old girls, and when she fails to seduce the father, Lena kills the whole family and burns the house. He also informs her that Lena is a 33-year-old woman and is a patient with hormonal dwarfism, which makes her look like a child. In addition, she has scars on her hands and neck, which she hides with the help of bands, and the doctor asks Kate to save her family. Kate manages to get up and rushes to her house while trying to contact John. She drives the car fast and calls the police. At the same time, John discovers Esther's reality, but before he can do something, Esther kills him by stabbing him multiple times in his chest. Kate reaches home and mourns John's death while Esther picks up the gun from the safe. Kate decides to rescue Max, but Esther spots Kate and shoots at one of her arm, thereby injuring her. After a while, Kate notices that Max is hiding in the garden, and as Esther finds Max and is about to shoot her, Kate jumps on her by breaking the glass and rescues her daughter from there. Kate takes Max outside the house, but Esther chases them and attacks Kate. Kate and Esther fall into the pool, and when Max tries to shoot Esther, she accidentally fires on the ice, which results in them falling into the water. They both fight with each other under the ice, but despite being injured, Kate overpowers Esther and comes out of the water. As Kate tries to approach Max, Esther grabs her leg, asking her for forgiveness and that she cannot do this to her daughter, but Esther kicks her face, due to which Esther's neck is broken, and she drowns in water. In the next scene we see that the police has rescued Kate and Max, and the movie ends here. Overall, Orphan is a great movie to watch with a fantastic storyline, so make sure to check it out. To watch many more exciting recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let us know in the comments section about your next favorite movie that you would like us to recap. Thanks again for watching, and stay safe and healthy.